Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today we are dealing with the subject of combination of planets. We have reached till Jupiter and Saturn. So today we are going through the combination of two huge planets. Brihadakara, that is Bruhaspati. Bruhat plus Pati, Bruhaspati, which means Bruhat means huge. So Pati means the Lord who is huge, Bruhaspati. Shanaischara. Shani means slow. Chara means movement. The planet which moves slow. So there are two huge planets. One takes approximately 12 to 13 months to transit through one Rashi. The other takes around 2.5 years to transit through one Rashi. So the combination of two huge slow moving planets, Jupiter and Saturn. Till now we have seen all the combinations starting from Sun, Moon, Mercury, so on. And just before this video, we have also finished the combination of Jupiter and Venus, which is Dviguru Yoga. So, this is a very important combination. Why is this important? Is because these two planets are not considering each other as enemies, they are considering each other as neutrals. You can go through the Naisargika Mitratva, that is natural friendships, and understand. There is a video on this. You can understand why they consider themselves as neutrals. Because one or the other planet is the third or the 12th lord from the Mula Trikona Sthana of a given planet. So, the second lord from Aquarius becomes Jupiter. The 12th lord from Capricorn becomes Jupiter. So the lordships and their relative positions of the other lord and their lordships is considered in Naisargika Mitratva, that is natural friendships. So let us understand that this particular placement gives stability. So the first most important point is stability, because both the planets are slow moving and they do not rush. These people want steady and stable growth. They having any one of these planets, like for example, if either Jupiter is exalted, Saturn is exalted, or Saturn is in its own sign, or Jupiter is in its own sign, or Saturn is in its Mula Trikona, Jupiter in its Mula Trikona, and this combination happens. This is a super solid combination for being excellent professionals. They will pass through their exams as though they have prepared for the exam for 100 years. You will feel that they have prepared for the exam for 100 years, but they would have done it with ease, and you would be preparing it for 3 or 4 or 5 years, and you would be finding it difficult to even clear the exam. And these people have that particular acumen to clear exams, so they clear exams and get into high positions in any given kind of sector. That is, either it is government sector or it is private sector. They get into good positions, like they start with the position of a manager. So they are very strong candidates to get into CEOs or become CFOs, like becoming managing directors. So coming next, the point of wisdom and experience coming together. This is very important. Like when we had discussed with regard to knowledge and intellectual prowess with regard to implementation, that is Jupiter and Venus. Knowledge and extreme intelligence with regard to how to handle issues, that was Jupiter and Mercury. And here it is wisdom and experience. So Saturn, as the old master who knows how to deal things and how to actually time things. It is like if you are into agriculture, you know when to sow, when to reap, when to harvest, and when to sell, and you will pre-plan. So this is done by Saturn. It's not only agriculture, everything. The timing of an event, Saturn knows the best. because he gives you the best fruit in the best season. So, wisdom, these people are highly experienced with regard to Saturn's um, signification, and they are highly knowledgeable. The wisdom given by Jupiter will never make them make a mistake. So they are very good in business also. It's not that only that they will attain CEO position or a CFO position in other companies, but they can do very well in their own business. They are very good. They have the patience. They sit and they know that they wait and they get it. The negatives, I have told too much of positive. Let me put one negative here. I can tell you this negative is the one which is actually giving us some important changes in the society. They are very individualistic, which makes them stubborn. So, when they hold a particular path, they will never turn back. However difficult it is to go ahead, they will go ahead. So it is not that they are egoistic, but they are very stubborn, very individualistic. This might sometimes cause a lot of pain to family and lot of pain to other associated members of that company, because when you are going on the right path and you are individualistic and you are stubborn and you are doing it, and people will be clapping hands and they will be acknowledging your success. But what if you turn into the wrong path and you become stubborn and you are going ahead? You will start losing everything. So this stubbornness in the family life can lead to divorce. So the combination of Saturn and Jupiter, in many cases, when they are placed in the seventh house, when they are placed in the eighth house, even in the ascendant, can give you a strong, stubborn attitude which can lead to isolation, living as an individual, not getting married at all, would not want to go into the concept of compromise, sharing, and understanding the other personality. So, very tough. So, this is one negative. People who are studying education wise for students, this combination in the fifth, in the fourth, in the ninth, in the 10th, even in the third house and the sixth house, easily refers you to business management. That is MBA, Master of Business. So this is a very strong combination where a person can handle money, material, and man. That is the human resource, the financial capability, and the materialistic, the logistics of what the company is doing. All three put together, these people can be very good students of management and they can go ahead and become excellent managers. So they can do very well in financial management, lecturers, professors, doctors, lawyers, managers, as I told earlier, industrialists. They should not get into any sort of indulgence or toxic influence. The wisdom goes wrong. That is a weak Jupiter in this combination, and a strong negative Saturn can make a person do all the above things what I have told. Great, he is a CEO. Has done his Indian Institute of Management, IIM Delhi, Mumbai. They have done. He has done very well in IIM Ahmedabad. All that is great, but he has addictions. He can get into drinking as a habit, as a regular habit, which is not taken so easily by the society. It's a tough combination for both Cancer and Leo. For all other ascendants, this combination is somewhat okay. But for this particular ascendant of Cancer and the particular ascendant of Leo, this particular combination of Jupiter and Saturn is very tough. You know why? For Leo, Saturn is the sixth and the seventh lord. becoming a tough planet, a negative, malefic. And Jupiter, though a partial benefic being the fifth lord, is also the eighth lord. So it gives you a lot of dissatisfaction and frustration. The most important negative for Leo for with this combination. And for Cancer, Saturn becomes the seventh and the eighth lord now, and becomes a kind of a badaka. It's not a badaka for a chararashi, but still it becomes an obstacle planet which provides obstacles. And Jupiter becomes the sixth and the ninth lord, though it is the Bhagyasthana Adipati, being the combination of the sixth and the eighth lords. In both cases, sixth and eighth, these planets can give problems of health. And when they give problems of health, Bruhada Akara, Jupiter, big, Saturn, sustained, they will give you huge problems for a long number of years, like kidney dysfunction, hormonal dysfunction, long number of years, obesity, knee joint problems, etc. So, they are very rich, being placed in the second house, the third house, the fourth house, the 11th house. They are very rich, self made, strong family backgrounds, and they are very good father or mother to their his or her child. So that means they are very good parents. They should not have a weak Venus or Rahu combination. That is because, and also they should not have a weak seventh house. In this case, what will happen? It's not that they will fall into adultery or they will engage themselves into bad acts. The native might not have the urge to get married at all. So I'm not telling that getting married is the only way of life. I'm just telling you, for people who are aspiring to get married, the combination, a weak combination of Venus in the seventh house or Rahu in the seventh house might make the person, not be able to decide. So the indecisiveness will become a huge bane for a person who is very stable. So a person who is stable but is indecisive. He does not want to leave the job, but he does not want to be in the job. He goes through a lot of turmoil, internal turmoil. So the same way, he wants to get married, but he does not want to get married. So both things will keep running, and he will get into a lot of emotional tiff. So the native may end up losing money due to the opposite gender. This also can happen because if the seventh house or the seventh lord is badly posited and you have a weak Saturn and Jupiter combination, the person can end up losing money or unnecessarily investing it there and going through a breakup, he will lose the money. So this is a somewhat a very good combination when it is considered with regard to job, satisfaction, contentment, because these people like stable jobs. So a simple governmental routine job, they are fine with it, until unless any one of them is, that is Jupiter or Saturn, any one of them are not weak. But other than that, this combination is not taken so easily, because this gives a lot of responsibility to the native, that he will have sisters, siblings, he will have responsibility towards family members. So um, as I said earlier, the health problems are also of the same nature, because Jupiter and Saturn both represents airy features. Lung infections and breathing problems, sinusitis and bronchitis can happen to these people. So they have to be very cautious in not living in places where it is allergy prone, and the suspended particulate matter should be below the danger level, and also they should not be in damp and humid conditions. So this is a strong condition for this combination, because they might suffer from breathing dysfunctions. So thank you very much for today's class. And in the upcoming class, we have only one major combination which is left, and that is of not one combination. We have around 4 or 5 combinations. Jupiter Rahu, that is Guru Chandala Yoga. Then we have Jupiter Ketu, and then directly we go into Saturn Rahu and Saturn Ketu. So thank you very much for today's class.